Would you like to play a game? Mag Plus.
This is Mag Plus. The show, show about movies and games, plus other media, stuff like music and junk. We're going to talk about Linkin Park today. You can find this on magreviews.net. You can find the rest of it on youtube.com/magplusreviews. We're going to do a lot of news in the beginning here. We're also going to talk a little bit about Resident Evil, and we're also going to talk a little bit about M. Night Shyamalan and his situation.
Out of the ordinary, we're going to talk about music. We don't normally talk about music.
Yeah, just a little bit of Linkin Park. But let's start off with some news first. We got Last Guardian coming out on the PlayStation 3. It actually has a release date now, and for people who are following this, or for people who are not and want to be, it was originally had the trailer out in 2 E3s ago. Last E3, it was nowhere to be heard of, and now at Tokyo Game Show, a new trailer is out and about, and they're saying it will be released.
Tokyo.
Yep, Tokyo. Released, holidays of 2011. And,
You know they're not going to do that. They'll release it, like, way later. Video game release dates suck. Unless you're like Infinity Ward, you're going to change your release date.
We'll see. I mean, it's a very, very, very highly anticipated game. It's by the same guys who did, I don't know how to... Eco, I think it's Eco. ICO. Yeah. They did that game for PlayStation 2, which was pretty great. Did I freeze up?
But you're done.
I'm done freezing. That's what I do. Then they did Shadow of the Colossus, which was freaking amazing. And what they're also doing is they're going to do the God of War thing, where they're going to redo those in high definition and in widescreen and at better frame rates. They're going to add trophies, and they're going to put those two together on a Blu-ray disc so you can play them on a PlayStation 3.
The God of War thing.
God of War did this. You know what I'm talking about, man. Come on, damn it.
Speaking of God of War, doesn't Obama have a game challenge going?
Yeah, he's got some game challenge going to developers. It's called STEM. That stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Basically, he says, well, now look. Our success as a nation depends on...
That's pretty good.
...strengthening America's role as the world's engine of discovery and innovation. Basically, I think he wants to...
That was good.
Thank you. He just wants to
make games to make us smarter.
Yeah, he wants to just encourage. He's encouraging developers to create games that are specifically developed around teaching these things. I guess it's supposed to make them look good.
I think first-person shooters already have math in it because you don't walk into a room with only 3 bullets left.
Yes, very good.
You go
point.
find bullets first.
You also need to know angles.
Yeah.
Trigonometry and shit.
For the grenades.
Yeah, and it's called STEM. There's not really much else. There's gonna be like some awards and stuff for developers and up-and-coming developers who decide to develop for that kind of those genres. And then the last bit of game news is PSP 2. There has been kind of
because what we were talking about last week. Remember, we were saying nothing has happened since they released it?
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the iPods and I was comparing the iPod Touch with the PSP.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, man, because last week we talked about Michael Bay. Anyway, so now there's another rumor, or it's kind of like almost a confirmation. A developer says that they actually have a PSP 2 in-house for developing.
I actually have one right here.
That is so small, man.
See? I haven't...
Oh, and it's got the slide out. It doesn't have the touch buttons on the back.
So you play this time you play on the side of the screen there.
Well, that's awesome. So it was a developer. He says for Mortal Kombat, because they're making a new Mortal Kombat, and he says that they
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he says that they have the PSP2 in house, and they're working with it. And he also said it seems like a very powerful machine.
Why didn't they unveil that at the Tokyo Game Show?
I don't know. It was kind of weird because at E3, when E3 was coming up, there's a lot of rumor and speculation. People saying, professionals saying, you know what, they're probably not going to say anything about it at E3. They'll wait till the Tokyo Game Show.
Tokyo Game Show.
And then like a month after E3, you didn't hear anything about PSP2. and then now Tokyo Game Show is already here, and that was the only thing that we've heard.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
so let's move on to some movie news here. Let's give you a story.
Give me a story. How about Avatar 2 news?
Oh God, how much is this one going to cost? Another stimulus?
I don't. Yeah.
Maybe 2.
That's why Obama's talking about that stimulus again today. Because they want to start filming Avatar 2.
Yep. Where?
James Cameron doesn't know what to do with the money, so apparently he wants to film a scene at the bottom of the ocean or something in the Philippines. He wants to go down and get some crazy shots of weird animals that could only be on Pandora.
Apparently, I read about this, and yeah, it is the lowest known place on the Earth.
So why does he have to go down there? I don't get it.
Because he's James Cameron, and he's got all the money in the world.
Generate some weird creatures? I mean, why does he have to go down there?
Well, I don't think he's looking for weird creatures. I think he's looking for a weird environment.
And the computer couldn't create that, God forbid.
No.
I mean, didn't it create the whole planet in the first one?
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
know why.
much. So now,
I think he just has so much money.
He's got so much money, and he needs to make a story out of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to put the Titanic in there.
See, no, he's a genius. He's already starting, major hype for the second movie. Because people are going to be like, oh, dude, he went all the way to the bottom of the Earth to do this. I want to see what that looks like.
The big hype machine.
They could also just look up Discovery when they did it 20 years ago. And see what that looks like. Anyway, he's going to do it in 3D, though. Because he owns 3D, right? Doesn't he own the rights to 3D? He created it, right?
Oh, no, I don't. I was like, are you serious? I was like, no, not own it.
All right, what else we got? We got Goosebumps. What do you know about Goosebumps?
Oh, I know. I loved Goosebumps when I was younger. But I guess they got Carl Ellsworth.
We're talking about the book series.
Goosebump books.
Not the actual Goosebumps that one would get from reading them.
Yeah, but they're going to adapt the Scholastic Kids Goosebump books into a movie. They haven't elaborated on exactly which one or what they're going to do. I can't imagine they're going to make a 2-hour movie about one Goosebump book. They should do it kind of like the old Tales from the Dark Side, movies like that where they have like multiple stories in one movie. I don't know.
Maybe.
That would be cool. They should have get the 3 most popular Goosebumps and adapt those, like Haunted Mask, Stay Out of the Basement, Monster Blood, something like that. That'd be a good trio.
There's some guys watching right now going, those are the worst books.
I hated those ones. That's only why they made 4 Monster Blood books. And
I've read
3
absolutely none of them.
You missed out, Eric.
Apparently. All right.
I read all of them up to 40.
40?
I didn't read Monster Blood 4.
That's just too many.
I think the last one I read was Calling All Creeps. I don't know if that's 40 or not.
Calling All Creeps. All right, let's move on to Joaquin Phoenix.
Fake Phoenix.
Fake Phoenix. So the I'm Still Here documentary that was directed by Casey Affleck following Joaquin Phoenix.
Ben Affleck's little brother.
Ben Affleck's little brother, and I think he's also related by marriage to Joaquin Phoenix, actually. Anyway, he admitted that it was all a fake. Joaquin Phoenix was just being a douchebag.
He kind of seems like one lately.
Yeah, pretty much. He's actually going to be on
So he
Letterman
didn't really
again.
retire when he said that from acting? That was all part of the staged act?
I think it was all part of the staged act. And he's going back to... because he kind of started this off with David Letterman on that show that he did that was all weird. Because he was acting so freaking weird. And he's going back on September 22nd.
Who is?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Going back on what?
Letterman.
Oh, so that, okay, sorry. I was like, I didn't know Joaquin Phoenix had a weird show. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
That
yeah.
works.
Yep. So that's anybody who believed that.
Oh, we should throw in,
He got you.
just in case the picture thing didn't work. They are talking about making a Voltron movie
They are
because
talking
of
about making a
Transformers. I'm assuming because of
because of Transformers. Someone thinks they're gonna outdo Bay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Maybe one day, but not now.
Maybe if Bay directs it.
We can get that to happen. All right, so let's talk about a little bit news about M. Night Shyamalan before we go into detail about him. Devil is coming out, which was M. Night's idea. He came up with the idea. He did a deal, so for 3 years he's going to come up with the idea. He's going to choose the people to write it. He's going to choose the people to direct it and all that stuff. So Devil comes out Friday, this Friday. Today is Thursday, the 16th. And the next movie will be next year is called Reincarnate.
Directed by the guy who did The Last Exorcism.
Yes, and it's about a jury haunted by supernatural forces. While
Jury,
deciding, not defighting,
Oh.
deciding the fate of a murderer dude. Not a murderer, a murderer dude. Just to make it all that more interesting. So, let's move into. Let's talk about Linkin Park.
Okay, are we going to start that right now?
Yep. Linkin Park.
Wait, are we going to talk about Linkin Park right now, or are we going to do the M. Night thing?
No, we're going to talk about Linkin Park first, and then we'll hit M. Night in a minute. And it doesn't make much sense right now, but it'll make sense later. Probably not, but this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to spend as much time on Linkin Park, so we're just going to get that out of the way.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
Talk about it now. Are you recording?
Yep. Oh, no, we're going.
Oh, this is just a quick thing about Linkin Park, because their new album is not Linkin Park.
It is not Linkin Park. It is. I don't know what it is. It's like if Bono had complete control of Linkin Park and used them to make a musical. Is what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Because y'all know how Bono is.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's a big turd.
Yes.
South Park.
Huge turd. So
he can't be number 2.
For anyone who's going like, oh man, I can't wait to get that new Linkin Park CD. Yes, you can.
It's not Linkin Park.
It's not Linkin Park. It's some other band, and you should tell them to change their name to whatever that new band is.
They should just have done it as a side project called 1,000 Suns and left it at that. They
really should have, because it's absolutely nothing like Linkin Park. Nothing
if
at all.
If you didn't know it was Linkin Park and went in with open mind, some people might actually like it. But the fact it's Linkin Park is going to piss you off.
Yeah, we're not saying that it's completely horrible, but it's not Linkin Park. I mean, when you wait 4 to 6 years between CDs because Linkin Park decides to take their sweet ass time to making a CD, and this is what you get, it's really annoying. So anyway,
unlike Weezer, who seems to put one out every 6 months, and I don't want to keep up because I'm still listening to the last one.
Can't even keep up with them.
Oh, and Chester from Linkin Park is going to be in the new Saw 3D.
Yes, he's going to get killed because he made this horrible album.
Oh, and speaking of Saw 3D, have you seen the new trailer? Anybody seen that?
No.
They are going to have a torture in public for everybody to see. I can't wait to see that.
A torture in public? In the movie?
Yeah, they're always in a warehouse. So he set
something up in a movie? Oh, wow.
He set something up in a public square for everybody to watch.
That is awesome. Going to be cool.
Yeah,
man, when October comes around, these shows are going to be nothing but Saw.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
it's like our intro.
we're gonna cut it right there. Yeah, that one intro. If you like to play a game, we're gonna cut it right there, and we're going to we'll see you in a minute.